practice today, I think, with overwhelm, and I don't know, we're all kind of different with our flavor of how overwhelm impacts us, but essentially often overwhelm is two things. So it's this feeling of everything kind of getting on top of you, this feeling of just, you know, everything's coming at you, or there's one thing that's just really there and you can't get away from it. But at the same time, there's this sense of like constantly scanning, you know, constantly looking for the things, you know, like what's coming up, what's going to happen, and your body's in this state of high alert. And what we're going to do in our practice this morning is create a little bit of space for us to do the opposite, and allow ourselves to be really outside of that. So those things are still going to happen. That's just reality, is that you're still going to get things coming at you through your day. We're going to use our attention and our ability to choose where our attention goes as a way of training our brain to not be having to dash here, there, and everywhere. So we're going to, today we're going to use our breath as something to pay attention to, not from there's lots of different ways you can use the breath in meditation. We're not going to use it in trying to control the breath or anything like that. We're just going to be observing it and using it almost like an anchor of something to place our attention on, so that when our attention gets snagged by that thought about that email you've got to send, that thing that's happening today, you're going to use that anchor to just come back, and you're just going to notice and come back. So every time the mind is doing its thing of taking you off, you're going to gently come back. And if you have to do that 100 times in our practice, it's like you can think of it like a bicep curl for that part of your brain that's paying attention. And each time you do, you're training it like, no, I can come back. And it helps to create space between you and the overwhelm, so that you have this, like an anchor, really. If you imagine then as you go in your day, you've got this anchor into something different, into that stillness that you can carry with you. So really simple practice. Let's move into our practice. So gently closing down your eyes and giving yourself a minute to have any last minute fidgeting and or whatever else you need, and just allowing yourself to settle into being here in this moment right now. Just noticing as you close your eyes what already begins to happen with your attention. Maybe it becomes more focused, or maybe it becomes more scattered. But what you're noticing is what's really there right now. And because the birds are having such a beautiful sing-song this morning, we'll actually begin this process of turning inwards, away from doing and being and busy. We'll begin with our sense of sound and just a sense of hearing, and we'll just imagine casting a net as far as you can, and just gathering in the sounds and allowing them to come to your ears. Perhaps you can hear the geese honking behind me. Perhaps you can hear the bird song. Just notice what things come into your awareness with your hearing. Allowing sounds to come to you. Just noticing how different things will take your attention. Maybe your mind's already jumping in with judgments. Maybe there's sounds around you that you wish weren't there. Just notice that judging. That story, that chatter that goes along with hearing. Seeing if you can let that go and just be with the sounds as they hit your ears. Noticing as you pay attention to the sounds that you're also sitting in a chair or sitting somewhere, and your body is still. Just noticing that you can hear the sounds and you can feel your body. You can feel your feet on the floor. You can feel your hands in your lap. You can maybe notice that there are thoughts showing up. And then you can come back to that awareness of what you can hear, sensations of your body. Imagining that it's like a boat that's dropping an anchor. Then it gradually spins around and finds its place, facing into the wind, and just gently able to be still, even though there's still subtle movements inside your mind. We're gradually finding stillness. And to help us to find that anchor, to bring ourselves into this place of being able to let go of the demands and the things that are coming, we're going to use our attention to drop an anchor. So we'll gently place our attention on the breath. Noticing first of all where you are most drawn to with your breath. Maybe it's where the cool air enters the nostrils or the mouth. Maybe even noticing that as you breathe out, the air is subtly warmer at the nose or the mouth than when you breathe in. Maybe you notice the chest gently rising and falling. Maybe you can feel your rib cage gently expanding as you breathe in, and then contracting as you breathe out. Noticing that it goes outwards in all directions, not just to the side or to the front. Making space for your lungs to expand, to fill with air. Maybe you notice your belly. As you breathe in, the diaphragm expands, it pushes the belly out. And as you breathe out, you can just let it gently fall. That out breath is a letting go of that muscle. The breath can just leave. As you breathe in, your body rises. As you breathe out, it falls. Rising, falling. And to help give you somewhere to anchor your attention, you can gently note that in your mind. Rising, falling. Not as a way of controlling the breath, but as a way of just noting exactly what's happening as it happens. Rising, falling. And every time the mind wanders off, gets distracted, gets snagged by some thought that overwhelms what you're doing, just notice that's happened and come back to that rising and falling. Maybe noticing if there's a tendency to try and control the breath. Maybe even as you pay attention to the breath, it becomes momentarily difficult, like your mind is getting in the way of your body just breathing for you. You're just watching the body's breathing. Rising, falling. And we'll take a couple of minutes in just our own awareness now, just continuing to note rising and falling. And whenever you're distracted, just coming back. There's no effort, no needing it to be a certain way. If there's lots of noise, it's okay in your mind or outside of your mind. Just rising and falling, just watching your body breathe. And whatever your experience has been of observing your breath this morning, bringing your mind back every time it wanders, you're gently training your mind to be here in this moment exactly as it is. And that's what will carry over into your eyes open life, which is where you need it. We'll finish our practice with 5 rounds of doing the opposite of just observing our breath, where we actually actively slow the breath and allow our body to feel what it feels like to breathe like somebody who's relaxed and balanced, reminding the nervous system to be balanced and carrying that into your day. So I'll guide you through 5 rounds of breathing where we'll inhale for 5 and we'll exhale for 5. And that 5-5 coherent breathing, it's called. It allows your heart, your mind, your body to all become in coherence, in balance. And if you can, breathe in and out through the nose, making a gentle whispering sound at the back of the throat as you narrow the airways. Just gently, like turning a garden hose to focus the water, or just narrowing the airways at the back of the throat to focus the air as it enters and leaves. So we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let the breath find its natural rhythm again. Just noticing now, just having a mental scan of your body, really feeling into all the nooks and crannies of your body after doing this practice. How does it feel? What do you notice? Is there anything about how your body feels right now that you want to carry into your day? Or is there anything that you want to finally let go of, to soften, to relax? Just setting an intention, and you can even put a hand on your heart or on your belly or both, and just set an intention to notice as you go through your day. Notice, where is my attention? And that noticing can allow things to change. Thank you for joining me this morning. You can gently return movement to your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, you can gently blink open your eyes. And just notice, allow everything to re-emerge in your vision, in your awareness. Notice it was all still waiting there as we take that moment together.